New at 11, the Fed stepping in, adding 3 more months of relief for renters. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Tricia Keene-Todd has a night off. The move from the Feds coming 1 year after Nevada's moratorium took effect. But relief means a strain on landlords. And 13 Action News reporter Austin Carter is live with the concerns as well as what this move means if you rent. Austin.
Yeah, Tricia, and a property manager I spoke to tonight tells me she's a little bit concerned for when the federal moratorium inevitably expires. She believes then tenants may be able to get away and avoid an eviction being on their record.
If a tenant decides before the moratorium is lifted to just vacate the house without any notice, they're gone. But you have to actually be able to know where they physically live to send them a demand letter, to then be able to serve them.
Continued frustrations for Valley property managers and landlords as the nationwide eviction moratorium has been extended until June 30th. The CDC says evictions are still considered detrimental to stopping the spread of COVID-19. While eviction moratoriums can be found across the nation at the federal and state level, property manager Danielle Gallant says uncertainty will likely continue with either.
Sisolak pretty much mimicked the same criteria as the CDC affidavit for his eviction moratorium.
Nevada's moratorium has yet to be extended, but if it is, it could make a big impact.
Each state is different, that they're not going to be able to counsel or point tenants or landlords in any direction because it has to be done on the state level.
The Nevada State Apartment Association, which advocates for landlords, says more and more people in the Silver State are abusing the system and not willing to pay rent or enter a payment plan, which was something Governor Sisolak insisted must be done last year.
I want to emphasize that this directive does not constitute free rent or mortgage.
The association says the impact of non-payment is devastating for landlords.
We are starting to struggle. Mom and pops for sure. I know many of them are facing foreclosure, and that will definitely impact the housing dynamic in Nevada.
And the landlords are not the only ones. Gallant has shared with 13 Action News in the past, as the debt grows with no means of paying the landlords back, renters could face a big hit to their credit, and it could be harder to find a place to rent in the future. Now, another concern brought up by the association is our weather. If you've noticed during the day, those temperatures have really started to heat up just a little bit, and it's only going to get worse by summer when those sweltering temperatures start to hit. And then we're talking about everyone's air conditioners. Now, the concern there is if those start to break and repairs need to be made, where will the landlords get those funds to repair it? And then where would the tenants go if they can't stay there and it's too hot? Reporting live tonight, I'm Austin Carter, 13 Action News.
Austin, a lot of questions to be answered. And tonight we are taking a look at the many layers of this issue. As landlords struggle, many renters out there are still waiting for rental assistance in order to get some form of payment in their landlord's hands. And as of last week, Clark County officials revealed more than 23,000 households had pending applications for the CARES Housing Assistance Program. They say help is on the way, with more than $120 million in additional funding on the way. Meanwhile, for renters who do get evicted during this pandemic, the Nevada legislature is considering a bill that could help them find a new place to live. Assembly Bill 141 looks to seal eviction records for non-payment of rent. So far, the bill has just been introduced and no votes have been cast yet. If passed, the bill would retroactively seal all evictions from March of 2020 to the end of the governor's emergency declaration.